leaking, I'm pulling up, I wanna make love again. She wanna pop a few, we on them love drugs again. Pop a few beanies, I wanna take the shit up once again. I done been drinking, I was just thinking, when we gon' fuck again. Her pussy leaking, I'm pulling up, I wanna make love again. She wanna pop a few, we on them love drugs again. Had her, but no, I ain't done with that. Hit and I make that bitch double back. She squirting, she shooting a 100 pack. She thinking I'm taking a 100 pack. I won't fuck her hard till we stumbling. You're gon' wanna right where she coming in. I jumping in out the door, jumping jack. Skid it out right where you bunny it. Sucking me loose in the cullin' it. She for young gunner with confidence. Breakfast, she got me meat loving it. Eat on the plate like turkey. Give me that pussy, I'm stuffing it. Put it deep right where your stomach it. Open up, why let me come in it. I just keep ringing, I'ma be ringing your line once again. I done been drinking, I was just thinking, when we gon' fuck again. Her pussy leaking, I'm pulling up, I wanna make love again. She wanna pop a few, we on them love drugs again. Pop a few beanies, I wanna take the shit up once again. I done been drinking, I was just thinking, when we gon' fuck again. Her pussy leaking, I'm pulling up, I wanna make love again. She wanna pop a few, we on them love drugs again. Sassy, I got me a feeling it. Fucking on the beach in Bimini. We had the insecurities. Got you on, I'm your security. This cap playing game, they ain't kidding me. I'm back pushing P, I mean seriously. I hit and I spend at least 10 a week. For me good, give me good energy. I can imagine you missing me. I had to switch up the frequency. Happy these bitches, I hit at least. Been to the Lambo, the New Guinea. But when we speak Swahili. She wanna go to Waikiki. I flew to Miami, hit Kiki. I just keep ringing, I'ma be ringing your line once again. I done been drinking, I was just thinking, when we gon' fuck again. Her pussy leaking, I'm pulling up, I wanna make love again. She wanna pop a few, we on them love drugs again. Pop a few beanies, I wanna take the shit up once again. I done been drinking, I was just thinking, when we gon' fuck again. Her pussy leaking, I'm pulling up, I wanna make love again. She wanna pop a few, we on them love drugs again.
Today, we're going to recap the NFL and college football weekend, talk about the 2 Monday Night Football games, and let's cash a squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. Bro, you're doing trick shot home runs from, by the way, a former Ray who couldn't hit shit. Now the Orioles got him. Now he's fucking Barry Bonds. Doing trick shot home runs, Goots, and you can't even get within 10 games of 500, but you can do trick shot home runs. Never seen that before in my life. That's the most Orioles shit I've ever seen. How, as Aaron Judge, the face of the league, Captain America, hopping on a plane before the game even ends? That doesn't make sense when it rattles around in my brain. To be honest, that pisses me off. There's actually no way. Unbelievable rage bait. Oh, is that a targeted attack? Why are there 20 people at once coming in?
Pretty good at you guys, not gonna lie.
I think I found somebody involved in baseball I hate more than Aaron Judge. This guy right here, this geezer, who thinks he's playing left field. Worse than a Disney adult. 4 straight years, Jovan. Look at this one. This one got overturned because he's diving over the... He almost fell on the field. What a loser. What is going on, chat? Happy BTL Monday, episode 766 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your 2 hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports and SeatGeek. If you're not buying your tickets on SeatGeek in the Big 2-5, you're buying your tickets on other apps. What are you doing? Start buying your tickets and download the app SeatGeek. Use code Bookit10. Get a discount on your future purchases. SeatGeek. That's where I buy all my tickets from. Got a big Monday Night Football game coming up here in a couple weeks. Commanders versus Bears. And I got my tickets on SeatGeek, so you guys should as well. SeatGeek. Use promo code Bookit10. Jovan, hope you had a good weekend, my man. You're traveling all over the place. Big Apple, on Sweats. You're here, you're there. You have a good weekend.
Yeah, had a good weekend, Krabs. Great weekend.
Warm.
We got some subbies coming in early.
No way. We got Dead Larry Bird coming in resubbing. We got ZC Nukes coming in resubbing. Cubbies WC resubbing as well. W weekend, fellas. Yes, sir. Appreciate you tailing Cubbies WC.
I think we need, to start it off, we need an official statement on the Hokies.
See, I'm surprised you even want that. You're probably so sick and tired of hearing about it.
Nah, I want it. I think we all want it.
Okay. Brent Pry, great dude. Shithead football coach. Feel bad for the guy a little bit. It's not like he's like Justin Fuente, where he was a dickhead, had zero social skills, didn't care about people, would see him around campus, duck his head and hide. Brent Pry is actually a good dude. He cared. He just sucked at coaching. And by the way, he'll go back to being one of the better defensive coordinators in football. Just wait. He'll be the next Notre Dame defensive coordinator, and he'll be thriving as a DC. But
Somebody's going to do it.
Bad head coach. Brent Pry, he was a good dude. He was a good face of the school. My buddies were saying they hired him because he had a Southwest Virginia accent. They might be true, because that's really the only positive the guy had going for him, was showing up in jeans and a tucked-in flannel and having a Southern Virginia accent. Besides that, he didn't do shit. He looked the part. The results were not there. And Brent Pry, gosh, man, he should have been fired that night. Saturday night, he should have been fired. They shouldn't even let him back into the office.
That's really bad. Getting pumped at home by ODU, Krabs.
Where do I begin with that game? It looks like the uniforms are flipped. It wasn't just a loss. It was domination, destruction, embarrassment. Cheeks clapped at home against an inferior state school. Once again, how many more times does this have to happen? Oh, good thing we have a home and away start up next year against JMU. That's 2 losses. If this isn't a wake-up call, I don't know what is. What a waste of what was once a pretty cool college football program. What a waste. What a waste of time, resources, energy. What a waste. Man.
Horrid.
32nd highest payroll in college football this year. So people are saying, where's that money going to?
Drones.
Paying for Whit Babcock's second house when he gets kicked out of the first one for cheating on his wife? Maybe that's where it's going. I saw an invoice. This is how bad it's getting, Jovan. There's people digging into the program so hard they think there's some money laundering going on. We got people posting invoices on the feed about the Hokies fixing up their stadium. I guess they had bolt tightening going on. They were tightening some bolts in the stands for $10,000 before the season. Does that math check out to you? Any construction people in the chat? 10 racks to tighten up some bolts. Okay. Where's that money going? Any player who has a career in football is going to redshirt and transfer and sit out the rest of the season, as they should. Kyron Drones is a horrid quarterback. Brent Pry is a terrible head coach. And we are now even further away from bringing back Beamer ball than we were when Mr. Frank Beamer left and left us with Fuente. I thought that was bad. Brent Pry makes Fuente look like Bill Belichick in his prime up in New England. In his prime. At least they'd hang around some games. We are getting shit pumped by ODU. Old Dominion.
Shit pumped.
Half the people in chat don't even know what the fuck that school is. Old Dominion. You shouldn't. It's a random school in the middle of Virginia that has zero relevance. The only way they're relevant is because they've beaten the Hokies 2 times in the last 4 years. That's the only reason. They have a better quarterback than us. Colton Joseph is better than Kyron Drones. How does that happen? Jovan?
I don't
What the
know.
fuck are we doing, man?
That's really, really bad, Krabs. Just bad.
Not just a loss. Not just a loss at home. Getting shit pumped by a school that's supposed to be your little brother. Well, who's a little bro now? Get Mike Vick on the line. I want to pull a fucking Deion Sanders. Get him up here.
No.
Call him up from Norfolk. Call him up from the Miners.
Don't
No, we
do
need an
that.
actual fucking coach who knows what he's doing.
you know who they're going to get, Krabs. They're going to get fucking Silverfield.
From, don't say it, Memphis.
Yeah.
Probably. He's up there.
Who he's very conveniently crafted his team for 1 year and this year only for probably some reason. He is
for
not
the
going
USF
to
coach a lot.
He's got probably higher up jobs, respectfully, if he wants to take one.
What was the final score in that game? 45-26.
Yeah, and that was probably pretty generous.
Looks better than it was.
There was some garbage time in there.
That looks better than it was. Fourth quarter, we beat them 19-7. You take out that fourth quarter, it was 38-7. 38-7 heading into the fourth quarter, Jovan, at home against Old Dominion.
Yeah, he could hire Coach Duck.
I said earlier in the BTL call, I'd rather have Goots with the headset on. And that's no disrespect to Goots. Honestly, that might be disrespect to Goots with how bad this fucking program has been. But I mean that out of respect for Goots. He could do a better job than Brent Pry did as a head coach. And Goots has never coached a game in his life. But I trust him. He's a good person. I think he'd do better. I think he'd do a better job.
Damn
Goots,
right.
what do you think?
Damn right.
You don't disagree, do you?
Certainly wouldn't be calling 50 Wildcat plays.
Hey, while we got Goots up here and on the horn.
What do you want?
I don't want to let him slip. Can we get a statement from Goots? We got Krabs' official statement.
Still plus 160 to make the playoff.
That's just
that's not
actually
good.
Unreal. I did not expect to see that.
I mean, they could win out and probably still won't be in the offs.
But that's what I think. But the books apparently don't.
Big play, Greg.
You got to treat them like the Yankees too. That plus 160 is probably like a minus or plus 200 at least.
Yeah,
get some Notre Dame tax there.
Yep.
But I hear what you're saying. Should be plus 500 after two losses.
That's what I was expecting to see when I went to look at the odds.
They're always going to get more respect than they should because it's Notre Dame. So as long as you keep that in mind.
Yeah, minus 250 there in the Cheez-It Bowl.
I'm telling you, Brent Pry next DC up there in South Bend.
It's not Chris Ash. It's not. Marcus said it. It's like execution. They look like shit. No contain, no coverage. Leonard Moore's the only good player on that side of the ball. It's bad. It's bad.
Big play, Gray.
We got Chaco coming in, resubbing W Chaco, Chiefs ML. Fuck, Chaco. God damn it.
Jeez.
What a terrible bet.
Chiefs might be just bad. Really bad. Top to bottom.
Chiefs ML donation. It cost Trent his surge six.
Yeah, it did. He was bitching.
Yep. Never lost 3 games in a row, right? Trent said that word for word on the Friday stream.
Okay.
Should have known right then and there.
That's just.
Yep. I'll be honest, Jovan. I don't have it in me to roast the Hokies anymore, and honestly, I really don't have it in me to roast them the rest of the season. So if we could just let them splooge off to the side for my own mental health, because I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I am. I'm embarrassed to my alumni. I went to VT so I could have a good football team, so I could have some fun, meet some friends. That stuff all worked out. But I'm lacking on the football team. That's why I went there. I could have gone and played baseball at fucking Johns Hopkins. I could have gone and played baseball at fucking McDaniel, some shit school out in Maryland. Could have kept playing. Wanted to have fun. Wanted to have a good football team. For what? For what?
They have basketball, though.
Well,
on the come up.
A first-round pick coming up.
On the come up.
He might transfer after seeing how bad the football team's done this year. He might leave. He might leave before the season starts.
How the fuck did you even get him in the first place, man?
Man. I'll say this, and then we'll move on. Sounds like Mr. Brent Pry might have had a little too much fun at PK's. Might have had a couple too many beers at PK's. There's some pics flying around the feed of Mr. Brent Pry enjoying some Pabst Blue Ribbon. That's the red flag right off the rip. If you're a 45-year-old man, you're drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon by choice, that might be a little too blue collar for me because that's a shit beer. That's a shit beer. Can't even get the guy a Bud Light? Miller Light? Jeez,
that's a
man,
better
have
beer.
some self-respect. Yeah, then Paps.
That much?
Paps is like Natty Lights. That's like the shit I was drinking in college because I had no money. Yeah.
Fair.
And apparently he had a jolly good time at the Blacksburg Country Club as well. Maybe too much fun. So much fun that he wasn't able to drive home a couple nights from the club.
He looks like a guy that might have that issue. I could see it.
Yep.
I could see it.
Yep. Might have had a little too much fun in his time down there in Blacksburg. Not enough coaching. Hey, the results speak for themselves. They do.
I wonder, VT and UCLA combined teams, they might win 4 games.
Who's winning the college football playoff between these 4 shit programs? VT, UCLA, Kansas State. Who was the 4th one in your tweet? That was a great tweet.
Clemson. Yeah.
Hokies might win that shit.
They'll win a game. They'll win the semi and then lose in heartbreaking fashion and then like the Natty.
It'd be a very VT move after all this happening if they go on a little run to start out ACC play. That'd be the most Hokie move of all time.
Well, maybe circled back this already, man.
Yep, already buying back in. Let's get the recaps up and moving, Gootsy. We got a lot to get to today. We got to talk 2 Monday Night Football games tonight. We got to talk MLB plays. Shit recaps from over the weekend for the squad rats.
Yeah, back to him.
Real quick. Sorry, Goots. Under Trent play of the year. I don't know why I was being nice and putting that in here. I should have put my foot down and not let him have it.
Yeah, I was so anti-Krabs.
He wanted it so bad. I gave it to him, and he cost us. Fuck am I doing putting that in there? Honestly, my fault.
Had to have him get one, man.
Bless his heart. I wanted him to have one so bad, but I knew it was a loser the whole time. Turns out it was only his play of the year because you texted him play of the year. Dude can't even think for himself.
Dude, yeah, it wasn't even a serious comment. It was just his 2 fucking pitchers.
Can't even think for himself.
That's actually insane.
And then, look, I can't let you off here hands free.
No, you can't.
Maybe
This
was
was
the worst bet.
Not much better than the Mets under.
Sure, the game
Horrific
settled
try.
in. But, man, I cannot let you get away with this one, Jovan. Terrible bet on Saturday.
Horrific wager. That was DOA immediately. You could tell first drive. Never had a pulse.
Say first one drive. Nice thing about Joey Aguilar.
I've said plenty of nice things about Joey Aguilar. He's a good quarterback. Great quarterback.
Okay.
I was more of a trust in Georgia's defense than anti-Aguilar fade. And as we all found out, that defense is probably bottom 5 in the country.
It's a great game.
Great game. Fantastic game.
Not a great game for an under. But a great
Certainly
game.
Not, no.
Pats plus 1.5, plus 2.5, plus whatever. Keep the points. Don't need them. How about a 3-0 triple reverse fade slate? We'll clap it up for that.
Triple reverse.
Triple reverses are 3-0, folks. 3-0. Who would have thought? They're actually outperforming now Goots PODs, which is good to see. Goots, we're rooting for you, but I can't be having you beat me on my own show here.
I mean,
what's the Goots POD update? Remind me this weekend because my brain feels like goo right now.
UCLA was cookie on Friday, probably worst play of all time.
That's the first Goots POD out of the year.
Sunday was the Niners.
Okay, they took care. Yeah. So what is that? 3-1 on Goots PODs this season?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Attaboy. All right, yeah, triple reverse fade stock through the fucking roof right now.
Through the roof.
3-0. 3-0 on triple reverse fade.
That might be your best product, Krabs.
Yeah.
Top tier product from you.
Honestly, yeah. What else from college football Saturday? I guess we can recap the Hail Mary and the 5 guys here first. Real quick, get those over with and go in order here for Gootsy. Because they're both cake.
Yeah, I guess we can 2X with Nico.
Well, I power play those bitches.
Okay.
The big 2-5?
The big 2-5. We're going across 3 days.
Don't be fooled, chat. Nico is not red yet. That's just the color of his team. But it might as well be red because the Lions king.
Oh, wait, it might as well be great.
Well, he might as well be red because he's in a lineup that already lost.
Oh, okay.
Points.
Fair.
I believe. Come on now.
That's fair. Fair.
I'm buying back in with Nico with you in week 2. W Subby coming in from Degen. Appreciate you, Degen. Good job, Krabs, with the Pats bet. That's how you evolve as a gambler. Contrarian bet was always the Fins. Yeah, that was the old triple reverse fade. Trying to sniff out some of these fake sharp dogs and fake sharp plays. Done a decent job so far this season, DeGen. Appreciate the shout out. Knock on wood.
That was huge.
Yep. And then the Hail Mary lineup. Golly. North
God,
Texas,
dude.
wager a year. Those don't come around
Wager
often.
of fucking year, Krabs.
Could have taken
Honestly,
the spread.
Miami not too far behind.
Yeah. Two great plays. Duke, loser from the start.
They need to be burned.
Loser from the start. Basketball school. Hashtag thank you, Jovan.
Horrid team.
Although I liked it too, but I will blame you for that. Yep.
Nope, that's fair. Horrific team.
Certainly liked it, but I will blame you for that play.
Yep, as you should.
Steelers team total under, even with it moving up 2 points on game day, I was shivering my boots, and for no reason, because it was free.
Free, dude. Second, every Steelers fan was assuring all of us that they were scoring 50 points. So it was just.
Remember when I said Caleb Johnson was going to have a fumble in the first 2 weeks of the season and never play again for Mike Tomlin? It's probably coming.
Probably just did it.
Probably coming after that moose shit over the weekend here. I think we got some other stuff to recap. Keep moving me along, Gootsy. I know we're taking a while. Mondays, we do recap a lot, and we got time today. Besides those 2 big Monday Night Football games. I mean, are you guys doing backflips for the MLB slate? Probably not. College football preview. We'll take a peep at how we did overall and the NFL. A little two-piece here. Jovan. Holy shit. Great day in the NFL on Sunday. Yeah. Almost swept.
Yeah, 3-4 on college football, so I had to get licked back come Sunday.
And the one play that lost on that sheet was in the fucking Five Guys.
Yep. GG's.
Oh. Not your best work in college. I carried on college, although nothing to do backflips or cartwheels about. I think I went 5-2 there. You can do one backflip for that. So I carried on Saturday. You carried on Sunday. Overall, another very good weekend and weekend preview place. Knock on woods.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Dubs. Krabs, spoiled meat, cost me 15 racks. All good, though. Okay. If the play hit Trent, would you be shouting me out saying, holy shit, we cashed the Surge 6 because of Krabs' insight and his analysis on the Chiefs?
Dude, we can act like Trent was taking the Chiefs because of Krabs?
No.
He surely was not.
Was I surprised to hear Trent on the Chiefs, though, in the first place? Yes.
I need to come at him here for a second because he was on stream saying Krabs put me over the edge when we all know damn well you already locked in the Surge before you came on stream on Friday.
You locked it in before you even came on BTL Friday, and you come up and you act like you didn't. I'm giving you tidbits and nuggets that were completely incorrect. Excuse me. You crafted up a great Surge 6 or Surge 5. But you had that shit locked in Friday a.m. Friday a.m. Yeah, the voicemails were moose shit. They were moose shit.
You might have to play one of those.
They were moose shit.
Play one of those live. He was calling after first drive, man.
Trent doesn't respond to any text, but I got 2 voicemails from him yesterday. That's actually first.
Calling.
Hope you're having a good Sunday, man. Just calling, checking in on you. Hope all is well, bro. No, there's nothing else really I wanted to say. I just wanted to see what's good, bro. We'll be fucking.
Yeah, that one was good.
What's up, Krabs? It's me again. Just making sure everything's good. Hope you're having a really good Sunday, doggy. We'll be fucking.
Oh. All right, I'll take the blame for it because those were funny voicemails. That's on me, Trent. You did come on and say Mahomes has never lost 3 games in a row on BTL on Friday, and part of my soul left my body when you said that, and I knew something was off since then. Shit. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. A little piece of me died this weekend after the whole Hokie debacle. I was laying low for a little bit. I did my spaces. I did my did the PLL talk. Also lost all 3 bets in the PLL championship. I'll set W transparency 0-3. 0-3 on the PLL championship.
Atlas finally got one.
They finally got one. Good for them. Man, it was 10 years in the waiting. They have the best team every year, and they lose every year. But good to see they finally got it. Yep, you're welcome, Trent. Sure you tailed those PLL plays. Yep. Yeah, a tough weekend for old Krabs. Not gonna lie to you, tough weekend for old Krabs. The Brent Price shit, the ODU loss. Look, I could bitch, I can moan, I could say I'm out, but you guys know I'm a very passionate, loyal fan and just a passionate, loyal person. Shit hurts the soul. Shit hurt the soul this weekend. Not even the Brent Pry firing. That helps a little bit. But losing to ODU in that fashion, I'm not going to talk about the other cake because if I say his name like Voldemort, he'll show up. But you guys know what else has been happening on the diamond. And I'll leave it at that. And that's as far as we're going to go. Moose shit.
Moose.
Moose
And
shit.
you had commies on Thursday, so you were probably feeling dead before the weekend even got there, man.
Just not a good weekend for Krabs. Krab stock down. Crab coin dipped a little bit this weekend. It did.
Could be, I mean,
did.
at least we had the triple reverse.
Hey, some positives. I appreciate
might
you.
have-
Yes.
That
Let's
might have
reel back in here.
steered us back in the right
Some
direction.
positives. Reel it back in. Reel it back in. Triple reverse hit. Those are 3-0. The people seem to like those. We got 2 Monday Night Football games tonight. That's a positive, right? Yeah, that's it. Let's keep recapping here.
I got another positive.
What else, Goods?
wanna
Excuse
shout
me, I'm
out-
also kind of sick, so
We're
apologies if I sound like a freak. What do you got,
We're
Goods?
going to recap them in a minute, but the NFL plays were really good if you weaned out a little bit of cake. I took
Okay.
6 of the plays from it on the 1 p.m. slate, 6-0
From
Wow.
what?
from
From
you
just-
guys' plays. Giants, Cowboys
Wow.
over, Patriots, Seahawks spread, Bills, Jets under, my Niners
Yeah.
play, and then the Jags, Bengals over. 6-0.
Great job, Goods.
Shout out.
Great job, Goods. Way to weed through that cake. There wasn't
Love that
much,
from Gates.
but great job, Goods.
That
Let's keep
Giants game
recapping.
was Just
I mean, Russ, man, great call, Jovan. Your
cooked,
waiver
dude.
wire pickup calls were great.
Yeah, it was big time.
Great calls.
Love
The
that.
waiver wire pickups.
It's unbelievable. There's something different about like being a part of having 2 bets in the best game of the weekend and coming out green is nuts. Minus ML sprinkles, of course, but
Of course.
over in the Giants was just
Great play, man. Great play. And you know I hate overs, but even that one felt right. I don't think the Bengals game went over, but you can blame Joey B, although it was more the Jags' fault.
no, they came
game
back
did-
and didn't it go over?
I don't know if it squeaked.
What was the final score?
Definitely more.
Yeah.
Did it go over? My fault. My fault. Okay, good.
Yeah, 31-27. There you go.
Wow, you're right. You're right. A lot of overs, a lot of points in the NFL.
I think
Before we hop in,
I don't know what the final tally of the 4 o'clock games were, but it was very funny that remember when I was talking about that Bills under. It was the only game between 2 teams that went over in week 1, and I think as of the 1 p.m. slate, it was the only game that went under.
okay, that was always the move, and not getting cute on the jet spread. Great call. Talk about sniffing out cake. Jovan, you did that perfectly in that game.
Yeah, to
Great.
be fair, I'm sure the field injury did not help you too much either.
No. We might need a Gooch sheet. Canadian Gooch is saying we might need a Gooch sheet for next week. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Big night for Bookit Fantasy Football tonight. I think I now have a little bit of a comeback going on. I lost all my leagues last week. Went 0-3 last week in my – actually, I'm in 4 leagues, including Dynasty. Went 0-4 last week, and I'm looking to go 4-0 this week. But I got some work to do here in the Bookit Fantasy League. I believe I am matched up against Joshy. Yes, and he was supposed to beat me. Now it's really close. I am up 94-88 on him. I have Stroud tonight, and he has Brock Bowers and the Texans defense. So I'm up a handful. I've got Stroud. He's got Bowers, who could score more points than Stroud tonight. He's fucking him. Let's see how banged up he is. And the Texans defense, that one should be really close. I need a win in this league. Cannot be starting 0-2. Jovan, what about you, man? Are you coming in with a win here? I know you're a little upset about your performance last season in the Bookit League. Are you out for blood? How are you starting out the season?
Hopefully, which I'm down 8 to LC right now because unfortunately I had Burrow, or else this would be deep in the W territory. But down 8, she's got McDonkey up and moving, and I have Bucky and Nico. So
It's going to be a really good battle.
Good battle. Should win, but
Okay.
I've seen crazier things.
Yeah. You never know. We're all on Nico tonight. All eyes on Nico tonight, chat. Yep. Big night for him. This one simply means more for Jovan, for Texans fans, for Nico backers. Get ready to stand up. I'm excited for tonight. Okay. Let's go and recap the meat sheets. Take a peep at, college football meat. Let me go ahead and zoom in here.
A lot of green meat from Krabs.
Yeah, just really good. Really good overall. Goots will sync up, and I will I want to keep the records for these puppies all season, obviously, like we talked about, and want to fill out that doc. Thank you for going through and hand grading these. Can we get some W Gootses in the chat? Because that shit actually sucks.
Huge W Goots.
Sucks to do. So shout out Goots for going through and grading all these puppies, chat. Without Goots, I don't know where we'd be, to be honest. So keep killing it, man. I know it's not fun, but it's probably a little bit more fun when there's more green check marks, knock on wood, than there are red X's. We got Holy Howitzers coming in, dropping a resub as well. W Holy Howitzers. He says, Nico Tutty tonight to cash $25 into 500. Keep up the good work. Let's go, Holy Howitzers. Good luck out there.
Let's go.
Florida, need to start having some combos there. They might suck. DJ Lagway might be a hair overrated.
Just god awful.
I'll say
man.
it. Tulsa, that's what I get for Fade Navy. Duke, terrible play. Overs don't hit when I take them. And Texas State, Arizona State was a terrible over. Jovan, solid day from you, though, as well. Any cake you want to shout out or any winners you want to gas up here before we move on to NFL?
Duke, bad program confirmed. Ohio State won by 28. Piss. Horde try on Texas State.
Yep.
But the overs, I guess my overs carried the whole board.
Yeah.
BC game was Washington State gave up 75,000 points. USF Miami somehow got there at the end. Shout out USF for being a horrible program. So shout out the overs there. And shout out Memphis getting work before their game of the year this year or this week.
I don't know why I faded my two QBs that I like and was the only guy out of 8 billion people before the season to gas up these guys, and Joey Aguilar and Marcel Reed. I don't know why I'm fading those guys. That's called getting too cute, folks. Write that one down. Take notes. Those are my dogs.
Speaking of those two QBs too, Trent's got to wear a dress on the coin toss now.
Wow.
Because he thought he was getting cute.
What's that for?
He had the first ever double-sided whale. I don't know how that arose or how he thought he had, I don't know, the hours logged on coin toss hosting it to make up his new fucking rules. But he said if he goes 0-2 on those two whales, he's wearing a dress next episode. And the two plays were Florida and Notre Dame.
Trent, you thinking romper? You thinking skirt and shirt? You thinking dress, something fancy? You thinking more casual? What are we thinking, Trent?
Sundress season.
Could be sundress season. Okay. Honestly, a sight that nobody really wants to see, but rules are rules. Rules are rules. Okay. Any other college football nugs before we move on to the NFL? Joey Aguilar might be him. I cannot believe I faded Marcel Reed. That's on me. Scrolling through these other games. Want to give Jovan some props here. Memphis against Troy, just a great fucking play. Great play. Maryland, Malik Washington might actually be him. Both Malik Washingtons might be him because the one on the Dolphins had a kick return. So both Malik Washingtons balled out. What else on the slate? I guess I want to gas up. Texas
Brent Sorsby. 15 for 15, 250, 6 touchdowns in the first half before even halftime. Tell you just take care of business. Shout out the GOAT. He actually, it might not be a crazy thing to say he's better than Arch now.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Segue into the fact that Arch is fucking horrible still.
Yeah, for now. Yeah, Andrew, I know I faded your guy, CJ. I know I faded him and I regret it. That was stupid. Why am I fading my guys? Carson Beck might be really good at football, and he looks like he's out for blood this year. That needs to be said.
Good.
He deserves it. All right. Let's move and groove. I should have taken Southern Miss against App State. That's another coach to keep our eyes on. Potentially going to Blacksburg. In the Southern Miss coach came over from Marshall, and I'm blanking on his name, of course, now. But Solid coach. Solid coach. Why am I blanking on the Southern Miss coach's name?
Coach Huff. Coach Huff.
Coach Huff, of course. Charles Huff. Goated.
Wow,
Sade Whiteman coming in
Sade.
with a 5-unit sub whale. Come on, Sade. Come on, Sade. Atta boy.
good,
W Chew as well. W Chew as well. Okay. Let's keep moving and grooving. Let's talk about some NFL action here. Let's look at the NFL meet. A lot of green again, boys. A lot of green again. And still some work to be done. We got a couple plays lurking on the meat sheet for tonight. So keep these squares in mind, chat. Some serious meat. Some serious meat. A lot of green check marks, Jovan.
Oh, that was some meat
Calvin
from you
Ridley might
guys.
suck. I'll say it. Calvin Ridley might suck.
Might suck.
He might
Might
suck.
suck.
It might be A.O. Manor season.
He is really good. Really fucking good.
Yeah.
That was a crazy touchdown, too. I guess that was more Cam Ward than him, but
Yeah.
that was
Great
fucking
play
nuts.
from Cam Ward there. Great play.
That was insane.
Would love to see some more YouTube chats up and moving here. I'll say it. I got you guys pulled up. Good to see Foreign Haitian, Andrew, that boy D, Zach Mower, and all the goats lurking in the YouTube. I see you, boys. I see you, boys. Pacheco pulse check.
I mean, Chiefs offense just has to be better. That's really it. That's all that's a bet on. It's when they're better, they're in the
Yep.
red zone more, and he scores.
Yep.
Obviously, the Eagles is a tough matchup to do that, and I guess so is the Chargers. But you will see him. I will probably be having largest investments possible on the season, the largest ones I will put on him on the season against the Giants.
W. Tinlin Tutan. Hope you had fun at the game this weekend. I can pronounce his name perfectly, and I cannot say Miles Michaelis' name correctly. Can't make it up. Actually makes no sense. They're going to do studies on my brain one day. W. Tinlin Tutan, my guy. Good to see you, Larkin. Hope you had a great weekend going to the ball game with the wifey. Hope you guys made some coins. It sounds like you did. He might just be lucky, Tinlin Tutan. He might be a lucky guy. Let's keep our eyes peeled on that. Seems to be hitting bets all the time, having a great time going to the games. W. Tinlin 210. It's our 52 months together. Holy shit. What a run. And 52 points. That's got to mean something. We got to keep this guy close. He might have some sort of wizardry powers here going on. W. Tinlin. Okay. NFL talk. Also, can we shout out Diego Pavia? I know he did not cash your rushing yard square, but I mean, the guy's a
Didn't
winner.
have to.
I know Lenore Sellers got hurt. But
Yeah,
can we
they're
start
getting
talking about this Vandy
beat before
program
that.
and Diego Pavia? Jesus, man.
Yeah, I hate that Sellers got hurt because that gives all the
Jesus.
Gamecock slurpers an excuse, like they weren't getting beat before that was already happening. Like that was great performance by Vandy defense and Diego Pavia. He's a gamer. He just knows how to win.
Anybody else we want to shout out in the NFL from this weekend? I benched Devontae Adams for Calvin Ridley in a league, and want to shout out Devontae Adams for having a legacy performance. That one's going to sting. He might be back. And by the way, Matthew Stafford's MVP tickets, they're not dead yet. Maybe he's not number one front runner, but he's hanging around. He's had two really good performances to start out the season and another fake sharp spot there with Tennessee. Shout out Matthew Stafford. Getting it done. He's got some weapons this year. We got my guy, Tinlin 210, getting involved. Not a 5-unit whale, but a 10-unit whale, Jovan. A 10-unit whale. Are you kidding me?
Shout out the GOAT.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, Brian Thomas has to grow up, but let's not freak out over 2 games. He does need to grow up, though. W. Tinlin 210 coming in with a 10-unit whale. You're goated. We appreciate you, Beast. We appreciate you, Beast. Okay? Dubs.
Shout out Bo Nix. That's who I'd love to shout out.
Yep.
3rd pick of the year. Sophomore slump.
Yeah.
Kind of here. He hooked over his pass completions on the very last pass he completed in the game, which was funny.
Okay.
So
Can we shout out Byshul Tootin?
Yeah, shout out Tootin. Tootin, big winner from the trade.
Yeah, Tootin getting involved in the passing game as well. I mean, not a lot of people can make that cut. Making guys miss like that. They said he did the stanky leg on red zone, and pretty accurate depiction there. I mean, he juked the life out of the DB there and had a great move, scored a touchdown, had a couple good runs as well. W. Tootin stock up.
Tootin stock up.
passing the eye test. That guy's a football player.
Speaking of the eye test, are we still going to pretend as a society that JJ McCarthy is good?
Well, again, it's been 2 games, so I hear you out.
It's
Not
just
sold
like,
yet.
It's like,
Not sold yet.
Are we all watching the same games? I'm just wondering.
I hear you. I'm
just wondering.
Let's look. He plays like this for another couple months, 100%, and you're ahead of the curve. But we got to give the kid a couple games. It's too early. It's too early.
Sure. It's just like, it would be one thing if we saw it in college, but like we did.
Let's not forget how bad JD5 looked for 2 weeks. I'm not saying he's JD5. He's not. That we can actually roll out already.
Look bad. I thought JD looked great. He looked great against the Bucks his first week.
Dude, he looked terrible that game.
No, he didn't. Dude, he ran for like, what do you have, 80 yards? And there's the game plan was throw short and sweet. He wasn't doing enough.
He was Lamar. He couldn't pass, and he could only run. He was Lamar.
At least he had something.
My point is, night and day from beginning of the season to the end of the season. Looked a lot more relaxed. Let's give this kid a couple games. The people who were crowning him as the next big thing after week 1 were sorely mistaken. But we can't come back on the other side and say, holy shit, he's terrible after 2 games, because that's also probably wrong. Let's give him some time. You're certainly on the right side. I'd rather be on your side with that take.
I'll just say, even regardless of the fact that he has sucked, the one thing that is very alarming to me is like Kevin O'Connell is the quarterback whisperer. And look at the game plan against the fucking Falcons of all teams. It was hide JJ McCarthy until we couldn't. Really, it was like that against the Bears too. If Kevin O'Connell is game planning like that, that is the biggest red flag, I think, of all time.
Yeah.
He don't even do that with Josh Dobbs or fucking every other backup they've had.
The back of my brain, I'm thinking Kevin O'Connell knows something that we don't.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's more of like I feel like JJ would be giving him every chance to sling rock at this point. After a year in the system, like, sure, he's coming off an injury, but he's healthy at this point. Kevin O'Connell does not want to run the ball, power run with Jordan Mason and this little short bullshit to Aaron Jones. It's not his game. It's JJ's, though, because that's all he can do.
They're keeping it simple for him right now. That's pretty clear. Keeping the offense maybe too simple. We'll see what happens in a couple weeks, but I'm with you. Falcons also look good. Bijan looked great. When Bijan's on, he's fun to watch.
Unbelievable.
He's unbelievable. Yeah. Anything else in the NFL here before we move and groove? Still cannot believe the Cowboys won that game. Brandon Aubrey is him. Brandon Aubrey might be the greatest kicker of all time.
He, by the end of it, actually might be.
He might be the greatest kicker of all time. So go ahead and mark that in your calendars, guys, for a couple years out. He might take over Mr. Massage Parlor himself and Justin Tucker here in, 5-10 years. Go ahead and mark your calendars, folks. Okay? All right. Krabs, guess who had Cowboys as her survivor pick? Oh, no. Oh, no, Tinlin Hooten. Oh, no.
They won.
Oh, they came back and won. You're right. She might be the luckiest person on earth. Oh, no, for me, because I'm trying to win that poll.
Yeah.
Another chalky week of Survivor. You guys all remember to lock in your Survivor picks for week 2?
Still got a chance if you didn't.
Still got a chance if you didn't tonight. Very chalky week. Very, very chalky week. Makes me a little bit concerned for the Texans tonight, but again, that's not the chalky side. It's just a favorite. But another 2 weeks, Jovan. We're 2 weeks through the season with no crazy, outright dogs coming through and fucking up the Survivor pool like we saw the last 2 seasons. So we'll see how long that lasts. I think week 3 is going to be a crazy week.
Next week's going to be harder because I think there's not many as big favorites.
Okay.
I don't know. The Bucks are probably going to be a pretty popular one next week, I would think.
Yeah.
They're playing the Jets, and I don't know if Fields playing.
Yep.
Maybe the Seahawks, because I think they're playing the Saints. But other than that, there's not very many chalky picks. I can tell you, I was looking at the spreads. I guess the Bills would count, but I was looking at spreads. I mean, I can tell you some of the bets I'm placing in now. There are some unbelievable ones. So I'm looking forward to next week.
All right.
Not that big.
Be a weird week.
Don't do that. Because that's one.
Be a weird week. They showed some heart in the second half. Might have figured something out.
Yeah.
We'll look at some. We'll look at some look-ahead lines probably on Wednesday. for the weekend, maybe tomorrow. We'll see if we have time. We'll be happy to peep the weekend slate. For now, let's talk about some winners. Let's pivot. Let's talk about the sharp report for today, folks. Lock in, go over our sell jobs on some straight bets. For tonight, we are blessed with 2 Monday Night Football games. That's a W. 2 is always better than 1. And we got some baseball tonight as well. We got Flame the Goat coming in, resubbing as well. W Flame the Goat. Appreciate you, Beast. All right, W Mahoney. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk about the Texans and why they're winning tonight. Javon's had this puppy circled on his calendar all week. I think I agree with him. If Javon's talking about his Bucks, I'm listening, for better or for worse. And we've got a weird spot here. Weird spot. Looks like it should be a public dog here with the Bucks coming off that big-time win against the Falcons on the road. 2 tough games for the Bucks to open up their season on the roads. But they had a win in week 1 against the Falcons in that crazy comeback. Shout out my guy, Igbuka, who might be better than Mike Evans in the Big 2-5. Not overall. But, man, I'm excited to see is Igbuka going to get fed as much as he did in week 1. He's got a couple squares up there that make me think he does. Some that make me think he doesn't. So we'll talk about him. Let's talk about the Texans, though, for now. The Texans had an embarrassing week 1 loss. They lost 9-14 to the Rams in week 1 on the roads. They didn't score a touchdown. Ugly game for the Texans, who are moving up from -1.5 to -2.5. The move was earlier this week, but technically catching steam here against the Bucs team coming off a win. So if you play these, shittier teams who are 0-1 as favorites against, the undefeated squads in week 2, you're typically making some coins. I'm sure you guys saw that trend all over the feed this week. Here's another one for you. Texans coming off that ugly loss, didn't score a touchdown. Big time prove it game here for at home for the Texans and for CJ Stroud's, for D'Amico Ryans, for your guy Nico Collins. Big time game against a defense that, sure, Jovan, we like the Bucs defense better than the Big 2-5, but did they show anything in week 1 to be scared of yet? Not really. I mean, they had a pretty good goal line stance against Michael Penix, who we think sucks, respectfully. So did they prove us that much? I mean, not really a ton. And I think this defense will be probably clamps towards the end of the season once we get towards playoff time. But for now, I think they're a little bit fadeable. And I think this is a big Nico Collins game, a big CJ Stroud prove-it game. I know their O-line is quail shit, but we'll talk a little bit more about some squares we like in this game in a couple minutes. For now, we'll keep it to the side. A Texans team who has typically played the Bucs pretty well in my lifetime. They've won 3 of the last 4 times they played them. I never like taking -2.5, so I'll lay it with the ML here on the Texans and fade Javon's Bucs after that big week 1 win.
Yep. Unfortunately, it has to be done. Talked about it enough to this point throughout the last, I guess, week or so. So you know where I stand. Chad knows where I stand. I'm with you, unfortunately.
Yep.
Probably going to be a
kind of what I'm thinking there from Chipper.
Pretty shit day for my teams.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've got something else in the sharp part. Let's go to JSML. Be SBR for a day. But Trey Yesovich is going to be making his debut, and he's favored in Tampa, which I know the Rays have not been playing great ball, but having a guy making his debut being favored in Tampa is pretty interesting. So like that tipped me off a little bit, especially because we see a lot of line respect, especially for like Joe Boyle when he plays in Tampa. They get a lot of line respect, and he's coming back after being sent down to the minors because he couldn't control shit. But you've seen, and I'm sure many people have seen, he has great stuff, but he cannot find the strike zone, which is why he's as inconsistent as he is. Is there a worse team to do that against than the Toronto Blue Jays? I don't think so. So they need innings from him today because after this past week, the bullpen has been given an unbelievable amount of work. They've had to send guys up and down every single game, which is why they're bringing Joe Boyle up now because they need an extra rest day for the whole slew of starters, and God knows how long he's going to go. They need him to go deep if he can. I don't know that he'll be able to because, again, like the Jays are incredibly patient. They're going to make you throw strikes, and if Joe Boyle can't do that, like he hasn't been showing the ability to pretty much all year since he's been up, which is why he's such a project, this is going to go pretty badly. And like we know the stuff from Yesovich he's incredible, and the Rays are seeing him for the first time. Sure, it's in Tampa. Sure, it's going to be hot. Sure, you're in a small ballpark. But I think regardless of how he performs, I'm really, really scared of what Joe Boyle is going to do against this Jays team. And God forbid you get to some very tired arms in the bullpen or even some new arms in the bullpen. Not going to be a good inning.
Okay. Fading your squads today. Probably the move. Unfortunate. You don't make the rules, you're just following them. It is what it is.
Following them.
We got a subby here coming in from Snacks. Our guy, Tinlin210, blessing up the chat. busting up snacks with a free subby. W's.
Let's go.
W's. Dead Larry Bird, I don't know about your Yanks today, man, but you won't see me fading them. You won't see me fading them.
Junior is the best player of all time. Yes.
He might be. He might be.
I think he's
got
3 more to break the record. Be goated.
Damn. Super goated. We got Him Jones coming in, getting involved. First time chatter. What is TT? Team total. Team total. Okay. W question from Him Jones. First time chatter. Appreciate you getting involved, Beast. W follow as well. Okay. We'll come back to this other baseball play. Some overs, some runs, in my nats. Great. For now, swinging around, let's talk about some football. Had this one circled on my calendar all week. I think the Raiders win this game outright, but I will take the plus 3.5 here at home. Taking way too many plus 3.5s for my comfort, to be honest with you, early on this season. Typically hate taking that number. But look, this team should be a dog, even if they're home against the Chargers, who just beat the Chiefs in the first game of the season over there in Brazil. Now they got to come back. You saw how sluggish and slow the Chiefs looked, although this might be a better team right now than the Chiefs. The Chargers, they might be a little fat, happy, and complacent coming off that big-time outright win as a dog over there in Brazil against the Chiefs. Sure, they have extra rest, but they were using it on a plane coming back over. And who knows how they react in that one. We saw how bad the Chiefs looked. Maybe the Chargers look just as bad. And I think what's not getting talked about enough is how good Geno Smith and the Raiders looked in week 1. Now, maybe that doesn't last, but I do think we get some points in this game, and I think they can catch the Chargers lacking here a little bit after a 20-13 win on the road against the Patriots. I want to roll the dice here again with Geno. I think they keep this game close. I think there's a lot of points in this one. Should be pretty back and forth. But I think the Raiders come out victorious. I will take the field goal and the hook here, though, in this spot. If you look at Prize Picks, it kind of looks like some of the easiest more thans of all time for the Chargers, which certainly scares me for this over. We'll talk about it here in a second, but makes me feel better about the Raiders in this game. And I like Geno here at home on the turf late night against a fat, happy, complacent Chargers team. Great spot to fade Justin Herbert and the Chargers. We'll see how good Herbert really is in this one on prime time, where he's known to struggle a time or two in his career. So big game. Usually when the lights are bright, Herbert does not show up. And after a great week 1, let's fade him on the road in week 2.
Yeah, I'm so down for that. I love fading teams after big wins like the Chiefs. The Chargers haven't beat the Chiefs since fucking Nam. And I remember last year, I think it was when the Bills beat the Chiefs in that crazy game. We couldn't fade them after because I think they had a bye week. So like now, you get a chance, which would be great.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Okay. We'll come back to that over. Always scares me taking an over, the amount of shit I talk about overs, but we'll come back to it. I'll tell you guys why I like it. For now, let's get to Jovan's overs here.
Yes, Monday Night Football, 2 games of Monday Night Football, and we're going to D.C. Not just D.C., but a game with the Nats and Braves involved. So this is a series of terrorism, but hopefully one that's filled with runs, as there are simply 2 bad pitchers on the mound at this point in the season. And once you get to September, honestly, once you even get to like August and late July, some bad pitchers are just bad pitchers. Mitchell Parker is a really, really bad pitcher, Krabs. Horrific pitcher.
Wow.
And to be honest with you, the Braves, for as bad as they've been against lefties, especially bad ones, they've held their own, more than held their own as of late, even through this little rough stretch where they've been god-awful. So I want to continue riding that. They also have some crazy Prize Pick squares up there, which I know Mitchell Parker is on the mound, so you're going to have some, but insane squares up there for some of the lefty crushers in that lineup. So I want to buy into that, and I think he's going to continue being horrid, just like he's been for a majority of his past, I guess, non-Marlins starts. But on the other side, Spencer Strider just cannot figure it out. Simply can't figure it out. And for this Nats team that they kind of like, they swing like they're guessing on pitches, to be honest with you. Like James Wood goes up there looking for one pitch. Sometimes CJ Abrams does the same thing. And if they get anything else, they're just swinging out of their shoes. They look stupid. You can kind of guess against Strider at this point because he's a very predictable pitcher. He doesn't have really much to put, like throw out of his bag, go like deep in his bag. You know what he's going to throw at this point. And that's part of the reason why nothing's really worked. And you can't locate it well enough. The velocity is not quite there. He's getting hit hard. So that's continued to be an issue for him. So call this the square angle and the dime of the day. I think both these pitchers get fucking rocked. And Nats bullpen is god awful. Braves bullpen's bad, not as bad, but they've both been used quite a bit as of late. Runs.
Okay. Runs and fun. Fading Mitchell Parker coming off some pretty good outings. His best 3-game stretch of the season. Could be a good time to fade. His fantasy score is at 18.5. Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh boy. And the Nats bats are up and moving as well in this economy. They are.
Yeah, shout out Josh Bell.
Josh Bell might be the best hitter in baseball right now.
He's seeing yoga balls.
Yoga balls. Okay. I mean, yeah, I will bring up this comment because I think it's funny. Bro has player of the year on the Texans and didn't even make the sharp report GG. Any reason why we're keeping the Texans off? Maybe you just like these plays better, and that's okay. You do.
We already know I'm taking the Texans. Then you have the Texans on the sharp report. It's the point of doubling down. I got other fucking baseball plays. You know where the coin's at.
Are you scared because every consensus Quake we've had recently has lost? It's okay.
No,
that's true.
I could care less about that. But
okay,
people already know I'm taking Texans.
Okay. You're not getting cold feet on the Texans.
No, dude. Absolutely not.
All right. Just have to ask.
I wish I was, to be honest with you, so I could have a little bit of hope for tonight's game, but no.
Oh. Okay. Simply diversifying the portfolio. All right. Jays had to be on the card. Pegasan. Yeah, you're right. Great sell job too. Great sell job too. We'll talk about that game more in 30-ish. I have a feeling. Because, look, I know it's Monday Night Football times 2, but we got to go best plays, best options for the squad ride. We'll talk about it in a couple. Okay? You want to talk about this team total over, or you want to wait?
I mean, we can. Kai Tang's on the mound for the Giants. Another simply bad pitcher, even though he's had some better outings, I guess. Not his last one, but he's very predictable and does not really have great strikeout stuff. So, like, a lot of it's in the zone. I think I wanted to just take the D-backs in this game, but Zach Gallen's on the mound, and as much as he's kind of figured it out lately, outside of the last start that I believe was also against the Giants, so, like, everything would line up for it to be a bounce-back start for him. I just thought better than to try and get involved with him because, that would probably turn out poorly. But I did want to isolate the D-backs bats and tell them to get up and move. And this Giants team has been slipping a lot recently. Like, they've been playing great ball, and that Dodger series, like, really their moment to really lock in the wild card race. And you thought they were going to do it after the first game, but didn't really pan out. And after the last couple games, the bullpen has been absolutely drilled because of these super high scoring games where they have had any sort of trouble holding down the Dodgers bats, rightfully so. Can't really fault them for that. But going into this game where I have a pitcher that I think has a terrible matchup, and you probably think he's going to get hit up and hit out very, very quickly, that bullpen's not in the spot to withstand that, which is probably why you got Zach Gallen in the big 2.5 minus 130. So 5 runs.
Okay. Yeah, I like the full over in the game, but if you want to isolate, I'm in. And full overs scare me in general. So probably just trust here with your team total reads. We'll say Gallen does have a 5.5 hits allowed square. It's completely red, but to make it make more sense, his last start was against the same team. So, maybe
he also gave up
smart. They're getting out ahead.
He gave up 5 runs in that start.
Yeah, only 5 hits. 5 runs on 5 hits
which is crazy.
Huh. His fantasy score is a little bit higher than I want to see it against the same team. So, yeah, maybe it's smart isolating and just taking the D-backs bats here against Tang, who respectfully might just suck. Okay.
Yeah, he's not good.
Okay.
I was shocked, though. He had earned run square that got taken down because I believe it's just the under Gallen. So everything says back him. I just really didn't care to at this point.
Okay. We got J2 Tall getting involved. Resubbing as well for 6 months. WJ2 Tall. He's literally too tall. Sure. All right. Swinging around. Got one more play here. The over tonight. Rare. Standalone over. Late night over from me. These do not come around often, folks, so enjoy it. Hopefully we get some points in this one. Maybe it's a square over. Total's moved 2 points from the opener at 44.5. It's probably a little bit square, but I think the Raiders get out to a lead in this one, and the Chargers are pacing back. I think they make it a ball game because it's the Raiders defense we're talking about here, and that's nothing to write home about. And the Chargers can score at will. And you're going to see that a lot this season. They're going to be a high-scoring juggernaut of an offense. But I do think they're playing from behind early, which is a good script for this over. I think the Raiders are maybe up at halftime. Raiders get out to at least an early lead, and you see the Chargers and Justin Herbert clawing back into this puppy after a slow start. And that could be great for this over script. I do think Geno balls out once again at home in this spot. Not a big Geno guy, but looking at his squares for today, his passing yards is extremely high once again. And I think this game carries the same narrative from week 2. Overs, points. After an abysmal week 1 for overs and points, we got a ton of touchdowns. Almost double as many touchdowns in week 2 as we had in week 1. And the overs, knock on wood, are coming to fruition. So after some of the rust was shaken off here in week 1 for some of these squads, we've seen just better offensive performances. And I think we get another one here. Again, if it's square, don't really care. I think the Raiders carry the weight here, and the Chargers are more of a second half splooge or a late game splooge here offensively. They make it a ball game, and they help this game soar over.
Man.
Okay.
And on that, rare fun from Krabs.
Rare fun. Do not get used to it, chat. Do not get used to it. Week 2 overs right now, 10-4. Can we go from 12-4 to 12-4? Wouldn't that be something, Rampage Bets? Wouldn't that be something? After unders went 12-4, I believe, in week 1. That'd be a funny little trend. Okay. Do you like Hampton receiving yards? I'll be honest, I like some of the running backs more than squares. And that kind of scares me a little bit for the over in this game. But maybe I don't like the charts for the QBs because they look super green after they're coming off of great performances. So maybe I got to just stop overthinking that. But a couple things that scare me. The Justin Herbert touchdown passes. Square scares me. I think Amari and Hampton might find pay dirt. I don't think he's very good, but I think he might find the end zone in this game. And he also has a touchdown square up there on Prize Picks as well. So maybe it's Amari and Hampton more than fantasy scored today. And I'm not a big Hampton guy. And it's going to be a losing game script for them, which is kind of sketchy. So Gene T does have a touchdown square up there after scoring in week 1. He probably scores again. Will I be on that? No. We'll talk more about some squares in this game in a moment.
Yep.
Okay.
I got 2 for you in Houston.
Yeah, let's hear them.
Nico Collins, hashtag run the ball, but not literally. This is always going to be up here for this game. First of all, because after week 1, not only are you facing a team where you have to pass the ball to open up the run game, because if you try to run the ball with old-ass Nick Chubb, which I don't think they're going to do, but if you try to run the ball with old-ass Nick Chubb up the middle against Vita Vea, have fun. Bijan couldn't even do it. Nick Chubb surely can't do it. So you're going to have to open it up. So you want to go to your number 1 wide receiver and your guy who didn't have, he had 3 catches for 25 yards, but you're also the guy that's going to be lined up against Jamel Dean, one of the worst corners in the NFL, who is going to be put in a lot of man coverage because Todd Bowles will do this anyway against any team. It doesn't have to be one with a bad offensive line or that you can get pressure on, but he's going to send the house. So a lot of these times, the Rams had a pretty soft zone over the top. So like CJ had to take a lot of the stuff underneath when he had time to. You're going to have man-to-man across the board for the Bucs a lot more than you did in that Rams game, which means Jamel Dean is going to be burnt fucking toast. But you're also going to start the game trying to open up the pass game so you can get something going in the run game. Because if you start that or don't start that, it's going to be an endless cycle of moose shit for the Texans offense, which, as we've talked about for this game, we think they're going to win. I think the offense is going to do pretty well. Contrary to the Bucs offense, when we're on prime time, we build the McLaughlin statue. And probably the most, I think, telling square in this game as a whole is the fact that Baker 1.5 passing touchdowns was a regular square. And now it's a fucking demon, which it's pretty decent.
That was a regular square.
It was a regular square at the beginning of the week, and now it's a demon at 1.5 plus chick, which is insane to me. Absolutely insane. And I know he didn't have the greatest week 1, and I've been pumping that drum, even though they found a way to win. But for all the people expecting the bounce back, I think that's probably the most telling of all. We've already talked about, or you've talked about, you think Bucky's not going to score at that square. So I think they're going to stall out a lot, especially early in the game. I think this is a game that when the points start flowing, it's going to come in a heap, and it's probably going to come in the second half. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see both of these from McLaughlin in the first half, and then the rest of the game is, I don't know, touchdowns or bust. But I think they're going to stall out in the red zone a lot. I especially think that when you have Stingley matched up against Mike Evans, sure, he's going to get one because it's a big emotional game for him in Texas. Maybe the last one he's going to play in his home state. He was talking about that. So he's probably going to get a touchdown, but there's only so many places you can go with the ball outside of Buka when he's getting strapped up like that. So this feels like a classic stall out in the red zone game to start until you finally find something, maybe in the second half. But again, we don't think it's going to be enough. So I love building the McLaughlin statue on prime time. I'm going to do it again.
Okay. You know what square we probably should take as well, although you're probably not going to because it's your guy. Baker Mayfield, a less than first half fantasy score, 7.5.
Yeah.
Right? Because at some point they're going to splooge and they're going to make this game close and weird, and it's probably going to soar. It's probably going to squeak over, and they're not going to go down without a fight. These boys never do. Maybe it's just first half fading, because obviously the most popular square on Prize Picks is that 1.5 demon touchdowns, which I've been trying to figure out how to fade all day, and I keep telling myself, don't fade it, don't fade it, don't fade his fantasy score in the game, because what's going to happen. They're going to make this from a 10-point to a 7-point game late. Or 10-point to a 3-point game late, and Baker's going to come back and lead a charge, and Book is probably going to catch another touchdown. Maybe it's just a first half fade for Baker.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that. The one thing I'd probably be worried about is a rushing touchdown. That might be coming. I don't know if it's in the first half or when, but I think that might be one of the couple they get tonight.
Well, with that weird Bucky square and with his weird demon 1.5 passing touchdown square, that certainly makes sense to my brain. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe he's running one in. All right. W squares. I'm going to get my sell jobs here for mine, and I will drop the link in the chat as well if you guys want to get involved. Had to mix in some baseball there and a Yankee fade. Best I can do is Carlos Rodon, less than 17.5 pitching outs. Best I can do. Completely greened out. I do like the Twins in this game. I don't have the sack to bet it. Instead, I'll fade Rodon and hope he gets pulled in the 6th inning or earlier in this one, in a game I think they lose in. Not crazy enough to bet it. You guys know I'm scared enough to touch this game as is. But in a game I think they lose, in a game I think they get caught lacking after a pretty decent series against the Red Sox, I want to fade Rodon, who's been great this whole season and of late, and take his less than pitching outs, which is one of the more popular squares up there on Prize Picks for tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and fade that popular square on the diamond. And then I'm going to take Geno not to throw a pick tonight. If he throws a pick, the Raiders aren't winning. They're not covering. If he throws a pick, this game probably doesn't go over because they're probably driving and the pick stalls out the drive. So I kind of need Geno not to throw a pick. And also, it looks like a very easy more than square if you think about it. Well, the Chargers, their defense looks great against the Chiefs. In Brazil, they had Mahomes, in a fucking cage, and the guy had 2 picks in that game. Geno had 1 in week 1. Surely Geno throws a pick against this, Chargers defense after Mahomes threw 2. Mahomes, the greatest quarterback of all time, just threw 2 against him, right? Wrong. Too easy. Not hitting. Give me the Geno less than half a pick. Looks like a very easy more than. Got to fade that angle.
There you go. Shout out Geno.
Yep.
Right back.
Nope. We got Waka coming in, dropping a resub. I don't know about you. Feeling 22, 20-month sub. L Song, W Guy, Waka 23. L Song, the W Guy. Appreciate the subbing. Okay. I'm nutting to Geno Smith over 244 pass yards and less than a pick. Okay. Well, I'm not, but I do like those squares. Cardo, I do like those squares. All right. Ibuka, coming from a Bucks fan, he has a better matchup, Tanner's saying. Yeah, I'm a little bit scared about Mike Evans. Obviously, it's a big game for him, and talk about the one guy that you can just kind of square up and back, and has done job his whole career, and it doesn't really matter what square is sharp, but it's very popular squares today. We'll see how it plays out. I've learned my lesson fading that guy, that goat. I don't know if I want to do it again.
I will say,
I want to do it
I
again.
mean, especially with the narrative involved, where he's made it very clear he's got 100 fucking plus people coming to this game because this might be the last game he plays in Texas, his home state. I wouldn't want to fade him, and it always does seem like the second everybody takes, I guess, like it's been Godwin in past times, or even like Jalen McMillan when Godwin's hurt, because you have a number one corner, dominant one on Mike Evans. That's exactly when he goes up for 120 and 2 touchdowns. I don't know if I'd want to do that today, especially because Stingley's playing and he's great, but he's also not healthy. He's hurt. It's like he's a little bit. I think he got a hip injury.
Scary.
Could be mistaken. So like I wouldn't be too scared. I definitely think Mike is catching a touchdown pass. I'll tell you that.
Wow. Okay. Maybe not a yards game for him, but it seems like when the Bucks need him most, kind of like Terry, although
especially on prime time. I don't know. off the top of my head how many times he scored the first touchdown for the Bucs in prime time, but it's quite a few
He
times.
comes through. He does. He does. And as a contrarian who likes to fade angles like that, even I know. Don't fade Mike when the lights are bright. Jovan agrees. The guy shows up. He's got ice in his veins. We'll see if he can do it tonight. W splits here. W Goots. W Pickett Pro. Look at the Bucs tickets. Look at the dog barking to the public here, Jovan. I didn't hear no barks. Laying it, fading it, taking the favorite here. But the dog is barking here. Look at the bets. Look at the handle. Look at the money. Look at the dog. Not really surprising, right? You read that chat earlier on that said somebody asked their roommate about this game and says, the Texans are a favorite? I'm nuking the Bucs as a dog. Yep, that's exactly why we're taking the Texans in this game in the simplest form. Has to be done. Has to be done, Jovan. Are you shocked to see the Bucs getting this much love and the under getting some bets as well? Are you shocked?
No. Texans are now the last team left in the NFL to not score a touchdown. So obviously that ends tonight. But they looked fucking horrible in week 1 against a maybe better defense than the Rams, I would probably say at this point. But Bucs defense, I don't think is going to be that much worse this year. But the Bucs just went into Atlanta and won a game, tough game on the road, division game start the year that they probably should have won by more. I'm not shocked. It's kind of what I expected from the people.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and I thought about taking the under in this game. Just going to stay off and ride one bet in this one. Yeah. Seems like a public angle as well. Maybe it's not as nasty as I thought.
Both of those offenses looked fucking horrible last week. It's like, obviously the Texans looked a lot worse and didn't score a touchdown, but Baker looked terrible, just minus the 2 throws to Egbuka, and they really didn't get anything going except for those 2 throws. So, I mean, kind of screams we're going to get points in some form to me, whether they come at the beginning or maybe in the second half. Maybe you can squeak out a first half under. Seen that a little bit today, but you're probably going to get points at some point.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to stay off the total here. Could be an over that squeaks. Second half. If anything, I agree with you. If you're going to take it under, take it first half. But
I don't even know
total in this one.
I don't even I'm not endorsing the first half under either because of the Texans. Because I think the Falcons were last week very stubborn. They were saying, you know what, let's keep running Bijan, which part of it was because I don't know if you saw what they came out and said, but they said Todd Bowles had them in a fucking blender. Shout out Todd. He was he was throwing stuff we'd never seen before. You weren't prepared for it. So they're trying to game plan against it. They couldn't do it. Which, shout out him. Great game plan. And the Falcons' response to that was, let's try running Bijan 17 times into Vita Vea. Didn't work. Texans just had their moment where it was nothing worked, even though we had pressure in our face. We had no underneath routes to fix it. Texans are going to have to throw early to open up the run game. It's CJ Stroud pass attempts are probably going to be plenty and often early. Nick Chubb should not be getting much work.
W call there from Brady in the Twitch chat, and I agree. I like that more than pass attempts. Let that puppy fly. If Vita Vea is playing, which is always a question, guy just could not play 17 games. It's not physically possible. He's 350 pounds.
He's playing.
The guy's an absolute bulldozer. He's playing tonight. And when he's playing, you do not get cute. You do not take running backs. Don't fuck around. You will learn your lesson. Vita Vea is a black hole out there in the middle of that D-line. The guy has suction cups on his goddamn gloves. He is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So good.
And he has been whenever he's out there. That's just a question for him.
If
he could play 17 games, he'd be an all-pro. He'd be a Hall of Famer.
We were talking about the tush push yesterday. It's I can't think of
one
many
guy that can stop it.
Yeah, I think the Bucs are the only team that I've seen stop it multiple plays in a row.
The Commanders actually stopped it a couple times. We forget because Frankie Louvu did that bullshit jumping over the line in the playoffs, and we look like cheese balls for that. But during the regular season, we actually stopped it. But Vita Vea is the perfect guy. If I could hire one guy for the job to stop the tush push, Jovan, you're right. It's Vita Vea's.
Yeah, maybe they'll sign hopefully Desmond Watson can lose some weight and they sign him back. That's just unstoppable nose tackles.
That poor guy, man. Just getting absolutely exposed and then still gets cut at the end of the fucking camp.
Yeah.
Well, hit the treadmills, brother.
It's just,
Hit the treadmills.
he was gaining weight. I was like, what are you doing?
That doesn't make any. What do you do?
Like,
What are we doing here?
I don't know if it's
He's
on
out the
him.
100-degree heat. He's still gaining weight. That might be a problem.
Yeah, like what?
Crazy, bro. And here come all the Eagles fans. Long live the tush push. You guys are so fucking annoying. You're so lucky you have Sirianni as a coach.
That
and you're so
game,
lucky you have Howie Roseman as your GM. You're so lucky.
that game yesterday is going to be
So
the reason
lucky.
it ends up getting banned after this year.
It's just not fun to watch, man. It's so fucking cheesy.
It's not, and like there's penalties on both sides. It's like it's a clearly not police play from the defense or the offense. And now it happened against the Chiefs with everybody watching and everybody being pissed off. So you can guarantee the Packers are going to feel pretty vindicated after this year.
I don't understand how you can be proud as an Eagles fan watching that game and that's how you win. Like you can just go dancing around the streets being proud, like, oh, we just do a bunch of false starts and win games and our quarterback
tell you
goes
why,
for 100
dudes.
yards. And you
'Cause
walk around the
majority
street
of
like,
people,
oh, it's unreal.
majority of people from that city, they don't have much else going on.
Well, I'm aware
They need
of
that team.
Yep.
A win's a win, and they'll take it. And that's a monumental moment in their life, right? Most people, it's like you got, good stuff going on outside of the team on the field that you root for. A lot of those people don't, and that's a big win. They'll take it any way they can. They don't care if it's slimy. They don't care if it's scummy. They're the definition of slimy and scummy. They're the Philadelphia Eagles. They're the definition of scumbags. They throw batteries and
it's the
snowballs
most
at
Philly
kids.
play.
It's the most Philly move of all time. I could not be less surprised. Could not be less surprised. They're the only fan base that would go around celebrating that, Goots. You know why? Because they're trolls. They're trolls.
I mean,
They're trolls.
how about you go out there and win a game with your quarterback's arm?
They
And then
can't.
you can celebrate. But they can't.
They can't do it, Goots.
It's okay.
They can't do it.
All good, though.
Now, I will say that team last year was unstoppable, undeniable. They were winning the Super Bowl, no matter what. And they deserve credit for that. But you can still rag on the tush push being extremely soft.
Yes, for
And
the
not
Ravens,
fun to watch.
The Ravens did do that. They won with Lamar's arm. Yep. Derrick Henry had 23 rushing yards. Lamar had like 2. So, yes.
Another
they
fumble
did.
for King.
Play the Browns, Goots.
Derrick Henry didn't fumble.
Are you sure?
He fumbled and then they recovered
No, he
it.
fumbled
but
last week.
Oh, you're right. I forgot they recovered it. Okay, you're right.
You want to guess what quarterback all time is the highest passer rating?
I saw you in the chat talking about it. Yeah.
Yep. So, Jack can suck it.
Goots,
What
keep that stat local because you're going to need that one a lot in the coming
Yeah.
years. That's a great stat for you. That's good.
What's his
That's
passer
good
rating
ammo.
in the Super Bowl? I'm curious.
Wow. He needs to
Think-
pick it up in the playoffs a little bit.
I think Jalen Hurts might have a higher one on that one. All good, though. All good, though.
Howie Roseman. Great GM. Great GM. They're lucky. They're blessed. And that's coming from me. Sirianni, great coach. A bunch of trolls. Bunch of trolls out there in Philly. Oh. All right. Can we check the Pickett splits in the second game of the night tonight? Would love to see the Pickett Pro splits in the Chargers and the Raiders game. What are people betting on in this game? A lot of Chargers bets, a lot of over bets. Okay. Am I biggest bozo of the century with the over ticket in my pocket in this game, Jovan, or what? Give it to me straight. Give it to me straight.
I don't know. I'm pretty torn on
Okay.
almost everything in this game. I'm pretty
Okay.
shocked the splits are that heavy to the Chargers, even after the Chiefs won. But I don't know. It's like Geno, that game didn't go over, but he threw for what, almost 400 yards.
Had a
and
great
looked
game.
Fantastic.
Had sneaky good stats in that one. Yep.
Sneaky good. He was dominating. And then I guess the Chargers game ended up finding its way over, and Herbert had the greatest game of all time. I don't know if we're getting both overs.
Yeah.
I think I probably like the Bucks one a little more, personally.
Okay. A lot of running. Yeah, that's kind of what scares me a little bit is looking at the squares for the RBs in this game. It looks like it's going to be a runoff.
Might be. Najee back in
Looks like it's
fold.
going to be a runoff. Najee, his square was a little bit higher than I expected. The guy can barely see.
Dude, I'm
He's
telling
up
you,
there for
by
almost 20 rushing yards now.
by week 4, we're going to remember that's still Najee's backfield.
Okay. Well,
I don't know how.
I'm also
quickly
going to
they're gonna ease him
remember
out.
have to remember Najee Harris running with jeans on anytime he's played football. So I'm
absolutely.
a little hesitant for that take, but I understand what you're saying. Him over Amari and Hampton, sure. If everybody knows that offensive coordinator too, they know that if you think they're using one RB, you're wrong. They're going to use both. They're just easing Najee back in there.
Sure. And you know what Najee runs with jeans on, like a typical Najee stat line? It's like probably 15 carries for 48 yards.
Yeah.
You know what Amari and Hampton had in week 1?
I mean, terrible.
That was his stat line.
Terrible. Just doesn't pass the eye test for me out there either. I know it's been more, spring football.
Yeah, I mean, he looks he's a
little
little quicker with like less power and like
training.
Probably a bigger ad in the pass game, which he can have some ads in, but like he's not getting much more production or didn't get much more production than Najee could have got.
Yeah.
So we'll see in a couple weeks. We'll see how quickly they ease him back into it. He was on a snap count in week 1. I don't know if he's on a snap count now, but probably not enough to get less than 18.5 rushing yards, which is a square or whatever it is.
Okay.
But give it a couple weeks.
All right. Most popular prop market, I believe that says Ashton Jean T. Tutty up there.
Yeah.
I also believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Goots, but I think in the other game it was Bucky Irving touchdown was the most popular prop market. Makes me like the Bucky square even more for tonight. See if they even still have it up. Oh, it's gone. That's why. That's why I didn't see it this morning. It's gone. It's now a demon for him to score a touchdown. So
it's a
Goots,
demon now. Oh,
do me a favor, Goots. Flip back to that other game. I want to confirm and make sure that he was the most popular prop and him to score a touchdown.
Dude, that and Baker going to a demon is insanity.
Dude, so that gives me hope about the late game over and the first game under. That was my initial read. It does.
That definitely does.
It does. Okay.
That is mind-boggling to me.
It's great for the Texans tonight. Yeah, most popular square. It was earlier this week. It was one of the more popular squares, Bucky normal touchdown square in the NFL. And now, after everybody's taken the more than on it, it's now a demon to the more than. So keep that in mind. His fantasy score chart is completely green. Yep. I guess that's how we'll fade it. At this point, I was kind of hoping I'd be able to take that square in something. Bucky
I did
square,
see
it's gone.
If you need any, I guess, tips for fantasy, I did get a notification from ESPN Fantasy of a whole article of why you should take Bucky Irving rushing receiving this morning.
Okay.
I don't know if that was just because I have him on a team or if they sent that out to fucking everybody. Maybe if somebody has them on their team, they also got that noti or has them the Bucks as their team. But
as his receiving yards gets bumped up to 20.5, which I already thought was high in this game, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I do think he's gonna catch some passes.
Losing game script, right? It
kind of
screams
does,
losing game script. 20.5 receiving yards. I had 8 in week 1.
Yeah.
3 receptions. Dude did have 4 catches in week 1, though. Just didn't go very far. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any other squares looking funny at you in these 2 games tonight? Looks like the Herbert touchdown, 1.5 passing touchdown square that was the most popular square on the board is now a goblin to the more than. So I guess people bet that too much, and it's probably a good sign for the over. Not a great sign for the Raiders, but I expected that to be like that anyways.
Yeah.
Being honest with you. Do not want to let that CJ Stroud pass attempt square get swept at 32.5. I think it's a pretty darn good-looking square in a game where CJ Stroud's probably going to have to put the team on his back. You're not going to see them running a ton with, Vita Vea on the D-line there. So that could be a pretty decent-looking square. CJ Stroud more than 32.5 pass attempts.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree with that.
All right. You ready for some squad ride action? Can we smack one tonight? Start the week off right?
Yep.
All right. Goots, run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. Cubs. W Goots. All right. I mean, I still think we got to put the Texans in here.
Of course.
Okay. What about the Raiders on the spread?
I'm in with the Raiders.
Okay. What are we taking from your baseball plays, my man?
I'd be down to go Jays.
Wow. Just a fuck Tampa week, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately. Got to bet
You don't
with
make the rules, you just follow them.
bet with head, not heart.
Yep. That's how you win. That's how you win, folks. Take notes. All right, you want to fade your Rays and take the Blue Jays. We're now catching a little bit of steam up to minus 130 some places. Okay. Okay. Are we putting the D-backs team total over in here? Are we going 4 plays, 4 winners, 3 plays, 3 winners? What do you want to do?
Might have trip to DC.
Really? That should go well, right? Brother. After Strider had one good start. Okay.
Yep. Finally had, I guess, a semi-decent start. He faced the Cubs 2 times in a row. 2.5 run square up against the Nats, I'm sure, in DC.
Bro, they have
Mitchell
a
Parker.
nerfy square up in this game when the total's at 9. Is that not sketchy?
No, just get past the first, man.
That's sketchy. That
Just
means
get
no
past
runs
the
in the first. That means we're betting on 10 runs in 8 innings, Jovan.
I mean, is that a problem with the Washington Nationals, Krabs?
No. Nerfy square just scares me. I got to get that out there.
All right. We can go D-backs team total then.
Are you putting meat on tape for the Nats over? Are you going to lose
I mean,
sleep at night
I
if
like
that's
that better
in
than the D-backs, to be honest with you, but this is
Okay.
a joint venture here.
Okay. We'll trust your gut. We'll go the over in the Braves-Nats game. Trust your
It's
gut.
Pete Carroll's birthday today.
Ooh.
I could associate an ESPN post after that game. Pete Carroll celebrating his birthday with a big win on Monday night.
He doesn't have many left. He's getting old.
I mean,
get a win for the guy.
He's the youngest old guy in the history of the universe.
He is the youngest old guy of Cinch, but he's still 74. Jesus.
I know, which is crazy.
He is 74 going on 60.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go 4 plays, 4 winners, 2 minutes. 4 plays, 4 winners, 2 minutes on the poll here. 4 plays, 4 winners, 2 minutes. We got the Texans on the money line, Raiders plus 3.5. We're going Blue Jays on the ML, and the Braves and Nats, excuse me, over 9. 4 plays, 4 winners. Hurry up, go, go, go. Hurry up, go, go, go. 4 plays, 4 winners. Get involved. Texans are running away with it. Sure. Not gonna hear any bitching from me. Dead Larry Bird, I'm with you, man.
Potential triple reverse in the NFL slate next week.
I haven't gotten that far. Are you seeing one though? Or are you just asking in general?
I mean, I'm seeing one that looks very similar to the Dolphins.
Can I see if I can sniff it out real quick?
You probably will be able to, yeah.
While we get this vote in.
I've already seen somebody mention it in chat, and I've seen people locking in the favorite on the feed already.
Okay. Is it the Colts?
No, dude. Which Brave is taking Parker Yard? Jerickson Profar. Not Trey Young.
Is it the Bears?
Yeah.
Wow. W69 nice. Doing what everybody in the YouTube should be doing. Let me pop in the Twitch real quick to vote for the Jays ML. Get involved. Migrate over like a bunch of fucking sheep to the Twitch. Get those votes in. Looks like it's going to be the Texans on the money line, though. Got no qualms with that. What is a triple reverse? Sean Beasy, you have not been locked in, man. You have been locked in. We don't have time to explain the triple reverse. We're 3-0 on triple reverse plays, though. You'll hear it again. Okay? W Texans ML, Jovan. Unfortunate for your Bucks, but the old win-win. One of the oldest tricks in the book. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. W show today. Unfortunately, Fade and Javon's teams. It is what it is. We don't make the rules. We just follow them. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow to recap everything and find some more winners. Same time, same